There we go. Let's see. Um, let's see. One, two, three. Okay. How do I change that? I don't even know. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, that, that, that. Oh, come on. There we go. Ah! Hang, hang on. Hang on. Hush, chickens. You know what I need? Uh, does that go all the way? That stops there. Interesting. What's going on, Holio? I'm trying to figure out how to set this camera up in such a way. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Hold on. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Hold on. I can do this. I can do this. Hold on. I'm working on it. Ow. What's going on, guys? I got new headphones. All right, brother. Hold on. Let me see if I can set this up. Hold on 1 second. Uh, okay. What's going on here? Did I break it? I got to break it. Oh. All right, there we go. There we go. What's going on, my brethren? There we go. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Now you can see it. There we go. Never made it this far in what? Never made it this far in what? Ow! That's freaking sticker bushes, I tell you. All right, so before we work on the electrical, let's get rid of these freaking sticker bushes. Oh, man. Don't stab me in the butt cheeks. Ugh. Ow! What's going on? All right, let's see if we can take care of this. All right, I got some burnt up outlets here. Burnt up. Oh, you know what? I don't know if this is gonna be good enough or not. Okay. Oh, it stinks. Stinks so bad. There we go. Stinks so. Look how melted that is. All right. All right. Let's see. You know, I probably should have brought a knife out here too. Okay. Hurt so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. So, baby, it hurts so good. Okay. Alright, there we go. There we go. Let's see. This needs to be the female. So we got a female and a male. And we got to swap them out here. Alright, so this side is going to be the female. This side is going to be the male. Alright, so we'll just set that aside for a second. And let's see what we got to do to make this work. Take the backing off of it. Oh, let's just take it off completely. Take it off completely. Okay. There we go. Put that on. Let's strip these guys out. What's going on, huh? Okay, there's one. That's the neutral. Ground. And then hot power. Power. Okay. Almost got it. There we go. Oh, almost got it. Almost got it. There we go. So now we got neutral, ground, and power. Let's connect these guys through. Let's tighten them up a little bit. Make sure they don't short out on each other. Loosen these guys here. Oh man, that's a sticker bush too. Alright, so let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna put alright, let's trim these guys up here. Almost got it. Alright. Get that guy in. Let's make sure we got this rotated properly. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there's 1. 2. Clean it up. And these chickens will eat my copper. And they'll get themselves some nutrition. Let's trim all of them off while we're at it. Alright, let's see. Alright. Okay. So we got neutral. Put neutral in here now. Alright. Alright, then we got neutral in there. Let's see if we can get that guy tightened down. Alright, and then ground. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is some big old gauge wire, too. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Oh, no, I didn't forget. I got it. I got it. All right. All right. Make sure we get the hot torque down a little bit. All right. All right. Now we put it back together. I'm going to need to make that a little prettier. Let's see. I'll put a sleeve on that girl right there. Where's that? There it is. There it is. There it is. Up here. Man, this don't like to go on there at all. Oh, we're seeing where am I at? There we go. There we go. Alright. Now, let's see if we can get this guy in here. Oops, I'm gonna stab myself in the hand. Alright. We got one side done. One more side. Let's see. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. How you guys doing? What's up? What's going up, ND? On ND? What's up, Olio Example? I never watched someone stream on a daily basis for like a couple of weeks now. I actually just watch that wants to probably skip around because they usually suck. How you doing? Thank you, Olio, for being around. Be careful. Don't get electrocuted. Yes, no, I don't want that. It got burned up. Water got in, water ingress. Sometimes from the factory, they don't seal everything very good. And also my fault. I have some devices to keep them off water, but I'm putting professional connectors on. What up, ND? Look at that alien trying to act like a human. What's going on, fellers? Okay, let's get the second one done. Okay. All right. All right. Cut this burnt guy off. Whoa. Okay. Got it. Alright, now let's see what we need here. Rotate this guy out. Okay. Alright, now let's get our length set. I'll unscrew these guys. There we go. Alright, okay. Let's see how far we need to go in. We need to go on to there, so we'll go back about this far. About 1 inch. Get this sleeve off. Alright. There we go. Ow! Just kidding. This has actually got a bunch of cord in it in order to keep it from breaking when you wrap up your cords. Most cords aren't quote unquote professional. They're for commercial use. These are. Alright, so we got neutral, hot, and ground. Okay, neutral. Ground. And hot. Alright. Keep the cores tight. I should have did this first. Now I'm going to screw it all up. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. Okay, there we go. Almost got it. Come on. I probably should have cut it back more. It still looks a little cooked. Like actually cooked, not just the meme. Okay. Black on brass. All right. Oh, come on. Almost got it. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right. I can slide this guy back up here. Put this guy on there. Oh, I missed it. Missed it. Where am I at? There we go. There we go. Alright, and then we'll sleeve these guys up. Here, that's beautiful. That's how it should be. Alright, let's see if we got power now. There we go, squash that. There we go. Now it squashes it in real good to keep the water ingress from happening. Alright, we're done. Alright, now let's see. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep this guy up. Keep this guy up off the ground. Alright, and then we'll work about worry on that in a second. There's our trash. Frickin' scraps. Alright. Alright, let's see. Alright, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? What up, Sophia? My electrical outlets got dog pee on them and they blew up, so I had to replace them. Now we're going to go see if everything works. Power back at the greenhouse. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Alright. Alright, give me a second here. I'm going to go turn the breaker on. Alright, now theoretically, alright, what's going on here? Theoretically, we should be, I'm all done. Look at that, man. I'm doing good, indeed. Don't fool anyone. Don't fool anyone. You don't fool anyone, Alien Unk. He is a chill guy. Just chilling, have to sleep within an hour while I get ready for stupid work. Back in my day, there were some people that were smart that weren't extinct. That's right, 3022. What's up, Rahendra? What up, ND? What up, M? What up? All right, so let's go see if the power now works. in the greenhouses. In the greenhouses, we'll see. Whew. And let's turn the water off to this thing while we're at it. Green. All right, yeah, it's still on. Let's shut the water off. Oh, righty tighty. Okay, how are you? What up? What's going on? All good. Let's see if we got the power on now. Hopefully we got the security system up and running and the power on. Hold on a second. All hail Richard the First. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. All right. Hey! All right, we got power. All right, power's back. Let's get the stream going, guys. Oh, man. Double checking here. Yep, we got it. All right, we all good. Okay, all right, we all good. We got power back. Bring the power back. All right, I'm thinking about selling the kitties that are off to work. Yeah, brother, you gotta change that brain. Take that brain of yours. Think about it. You can't take the world over with just one kidney. You can't take the world over with just one kidney. How can you take my dude? So I was talking to a bunch of it. I was talking to a bunch of advertisers, companies, and they're basically everything's been a scam for like the past 15 years. Like 90% of streamers have been botting, and so it would say like 20,000 subs in order to get advertisers and stuff like that. But they were like, people with sub 2,000 subscribers do more sales and get more like actual clicks on links than people with 10,000, 20, 100,000 subscribers. So they're not paying for views anymore. They're paying for humans now. So now, like, you've got the Republicans and the Democrats. If you're a Republican streamer, they can just buy 10,000. You're streaming. You're like, hey, this guy should be president, and then all of a sudden you get 10,000 people in your stream, but nobody's chatting about it. If you're a Democrat, you're like, let's go Joe Biden. All of a sudden you get 10,000 views on a video when you've only ever gotten 7. And then so it's like, you're like, I'm going to keep doing this because I get views. And then when that falls off, yeah, so it's all been a big scam. We'll have AI kitties soon anyway. What up, Gawktube? Yeah, so all that came out. And, well, that's been known. If like streamers like myself, you'll see we get a very active community, but we've only got 1,800 subscribers. And, like, so they're reaching out to me, which is very odd. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And so I'm like, off the record, what's up? And they're like, everybody's been scamming. They're like, they're vote botting in elections all over the world that uses ultimately they want to switch voting over to voting online so they can bot the vote, just like how your favorite streamers bot their streams. It's crazy. Amendment, what up, Gawktube? Identify as at least you're 18, ND. But yeah, that's it's absolutely crazy. So if you guys have been interested, don't be dissuaded by thinking AI is going to take everything over. It absolutely is not. That's just marketing and advertising to make people invest in AI companies. Yeah, you'll have a way long way to go before that happens. Probably 10 years before you can have something like this happen, where I can change topics on the fly and actually be AI. We got a long way to go. Remember, we might see a short that's this guy fighting this guy, this famous guy fighting this guy, but that took 19 hours of a multi-million-dollar structure to process that, to make that happen. So Hollywood's gonna go AI, absolutely, but I'm out of there. So yeah, We got a good community here. I'm just going to keep growing it slowly and organically, and we'll make everything happen. We got AI woman Julio and white woman ND. So yeah, so we're doing really good. Less than 2,000 subs, and I've already got companies calling me. Had over a dozen contact me today. Um, it looks like everything's going to be going really well. So we're just going to keep going. Be real in a fake world. Don't worry about your ego. So many people are worried about their likes and their views, but most people buy likes and views. Look for the real people. I identify as an 18-year-old white woman. What? I identify as an 18-year-old white woman that identifies as a 50-year-old African mine worker. I identify as a 19-year-old Turco-Mongolian guy with a thong. Okay, shut up, chickens. Okay, let's do this. I hear you. Jeez. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Jink, hit the wrong button. Mercury. Yeah. So I'm much more excited today than I have been in a long time. That's really good. Identify as a mistaken streetcar named Desire. Yeah. Yeah. So just be real. Be a real person in a fake world, and you'll do just fine. If you've got any hobbies or anything that anybody else, film it. Put it on YouTube. Start a channel. There's a lot of good stuff coming for people that can actually be human, especially, and you might have to go off of YouTube, like if you've got to go speak at a place or whatever. That's where real money will be made, and AI can't do that. Not until they have complete AI robots and stuff. And hey, you got good 10 years to get your money and everything together. So yeah, we're gonna be good. Everything's going great. I'm really, really happy. Really happy with what we've done here, guys. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Are you thinking? I think you are wrong, Richard. AI is the end of creativity. Creativity, sure, but most people don't pay. Like most people don't go to the movies and buy an ad on the movies. They go to an actual place where actual humans exist and buy popcorn and stuff like that, and sodas that are overpriced candy. That hasn't been replaced completely with AI. AI is not the end of creativity, because remember, AI can only do stuff you've already done or people have already done. Creative people will think outside the box, and people want people to be able to communicate with. What up, cheese? What up? Yeah, beautiful weather. Little particles. Yeah, everything's going to be just fine. So from the people that I just communicated with, we're talking about very big companies, very, 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 very large companies. They're done with the scam. They're done with it. They want people that actually communicate and can do live show stuff. And I don't mean live performances. So here's an interesting thing. Well, we'll talk about that on a later stream. But humans is still where it's at, because when everything we see is AI, humans will be the oddity. And it's always the odd thing. AI is the oddity now. That's why it's the hot thing. But AI becomes normal. The humans will be the oddity in social media. Real world communication is because of dying art. Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely, I agree. Right? We need vermin supreme. Vermin. Yeah, I think I even though I can't lie and say that I haven't been dissuaded or like, man, this AI thing, now I'm completely on board with it. It's all I've always said everything's marketing, and this is it. This is even it more than that. The AI stuff is that them promoting this stuff. You don't understand how much processing power goes into the ads that they feed you. Like what the hell is the guy's name? Oh man, what was his name? I can't even think of the actors' names. But them fighting each other in them fighting each other in not Mortal Kombat, Mission Impossible. They just did a thing with like Brad Pitt and what's his face, but that took a shitload long time to do. People can't do it live. Live is going to be where it's at. It's already problematic for music, art, video. A lot of artists can't make money because AI does it for free. I understood, but live shows will still be a thing. It's going to thin out the mix. Everybody has had the ability to make a channel, and most of them are the same. I like to think I'm a shining grain of rice on a pile of turds. And you can too. Can you do the electric slide? I could if I was at a wedding. I can't think about it. Boogie woogie woogie man. It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie woogie. You can feel it. It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie woogie. Boogie woogie woogie woogie. Yeah, what up? What up, everyone? Everyone's Uncle Will. What if I told you you were the first sentence is wrong? What I if told you, then you'd be right. Yeah, we'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. So the people, the cream always floats to the top. By the way, there's still snow over here. Chickens are going crazy here. Uh-oh. I think somebody just laid an egg. Okay. There's still some electric minimum wage. So just hold on. That's all I gotta say. Just hang on. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. You got a lot of people that are just willing to give up, but there's a lot of people that aren't. And remember, just everyone. I don't eat rabbits. I have eaten rabbit, yeah, but I don't hunt anymore. So I mean, I haven't eaten rabbits in 10 years. AI is a threat for us. Governments are using it to suppress their opposers. Okay. All right. How do you succeed in that environment? And this is a big thing about the Republican Democrat thing. If you vote and lost or vote and won, how do you succeed in either environment? It's important. It's important to be. You can't just give up. That's absolutely not a choice. Do you eat rabbits? Rabbits, Uncle Will? The states are getting powerful. Yeah, they are. I like eating rabbits and frogs. But here's the big thing: you don't know what's real. From the communications I had today, a lot of stuff, you get a bunch of very rich people that will pay a bunch of influencers and to say whatever they want the influencer to say. Then they'll pay to inflate the numbers for that influencer. They'll buy them 1 million views, 1 million subscribers. So everybody thinks, oh my goodness, everybody's into this. No, it's not the way it is. It's all fake. It's all smoke and mirrors. We see it in real time. It's not the matter of giving up. It's a matter of our artificial intelligence making realistic art and work faster than human beings. Right. So what? But what are you going to do? Stop making art? Are you an artist or not? I'm telling you, it's not going to matter. People always want what's outside of the norm. Everybody can get AI stuff. If you can paint the picture in front of people, if you can do live performances, and I'm not saying it's for you, but the people who it's for, it was. You can copyright a phrase, Ben. No, breed of rabbits, very good. No, absolutely, yeah. I'm very. Yeah. I mean, if I invited you over to my house and you brought rabbit, I'd eat it absolutely. But I don't hunt anymore, and I don't breed. My chickens are all eggers. Yeah, but yeah, you can't let that go in. It's always something. It's always going to be something. But the thing is, humans have a competitive instinct. Humans want to see another human do something that human can't. AI is going to be a flash in the pan. Independent film, independent is where it's at. Stop looking to that. What's going on, yummers? Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be absolutely be fine. It's going to become, but look, AI can make realistic music, but who's buying it? And the thing is, even if you see the numbers, they're fake. If you make music and you get a fan base, you can sell that music. We've always looked to these companies and corporations to be like, hey, recognize me, please make me rich. No. We got to do it ourselves. Wait, that means I'm not real. It's not the point. I will continue to do music, but the possibilities of becoming a professional beat maker is impossible. Yes, I agree there. I wouldn't say impossible. I would say much strongly, yeah. AI is nothing to worry about. People won't worry. I agree. Listen, people have to spend their money on it. Maybe for the next 5 years, it'll be completely a wash. But if you and I've told you this a bunch, ND. If you want to record, like we could do live streams and record us doing band practice, writing our songs, and people seeing that done and then seeing us create a product will be more valuable than somebody saying, hey, I AI'd. I guarantee it. Yep, LLMs. Yeah, anything is different gets noticed. What's up, Lamb? Yeah, it. You got to stand out from the pack. It's going to, yes, the market will be flooded, but then people will make other platforms. Like there's AI, no, like not AI not allowed, AI banned platforms coming up now. There's another YouTube coming out that bans all AI. And if that starts to take off, then that'll just be another place. So yes, YouTube might go to trash for a while, but then when they see that people aren't, if people don't buy the products that the ads are selling, the advertisers will stop. And the reason people watch people beat each other up is because they like watch MMA fights is because the people in that ring and that octagon are doing things that they can't, right? And that's what people are going to see when music becomes a thing. And this is what I think the Super Bowl was. I think AI wrote his lyrics and they wanted to warm it up for us, be like, see, you all loved it. And then that was all written by AI. So you guys should enjoy the rest of this AI music that we made. And I think that was a big flop. NVIDIA invests 20 billion in AI technology. Yes, right. What's the big deal? Absolutely. Yeah, there'll be self-driving cars and all that. But you can buy the car. You can always be part of it. Do you hug trees? I don't hug trees. I chop them down. I got chainsaws. I live in Georgia. Georgia. Yeah, everything will be fine. It's only the end of the world if you think it's the end of the world. You've got to just keep. You got to stay in the game long enough. What? Then why is there a robot war games? Why is there a robot war games? People control that was a lot of stuff to get AI trained and everything. Absolutely. But robot war games aren't MMA, aren't humans doing it. There will be, and people will go to watch it for a while to see whose robot's better than whose robot. But people they want to be able to walk up and shake the hand of the winner, of the warrior. COD Advanced Warfare. Yeah, that's a good one too. Hey, yeah, and that's what the video games have been training AI. What up, Cherry? He's a real man. Just listen to him. That's right. Boom, 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 boom. Exoskeleton suits are cool. Absolutely. 100%. I love the hell out of them. I love technology. I love AI. But I also love my competitors. So I'm willing to go knuckle to knuckle with some dude programming an AI to make a product that I make or whatever. Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, this has always been a thing. Do you remember John Henry? John Henry, he could hammer, he could whistle, he could sing. He went to the mountain early in the morning just to hear his hammer ring. And then they made a steam shovel to go through mountains. But what did John Henry do? John Henry beat the machine. It's the same game all over again. It's man versus machine, man versus nature, and man always wins. I'm not saying it's the end of the world. I'm saying maybe it's time to educate yourself in AI instead of making art. Oh, sure. Yeah, educate yourself, and yeah, and absolutely. And this is a big thing. Nobody makes plans. They say I'm going to be this, but they don't think how. Like, so how do you do that in these societies? Sorry. Exoskeletons are cool. What I missed or something. Rich, I'm off out to the shop. Happy to come on live. I'll see you on live, brother. I agree with ND. AI is not the enemy. It's a person with AI. Yeah, no, and I agree too. Right, absolutely. So, right, the AI is not going to be making the money. So you're going to see people get super rich off of AI, and you're going to see a lot of lawsuits and a lot of stuff. But just like everything, people will get tired of it. Everything fatigues. Everything happens in a circle. Everything. What's up, Profac? AI is made based on the music that used to touch your soul. Yeah, I agree. But listen, people are, and even in that, people are going to want to go to a concert and have a bunch of humans shoulder to shoulder passing a J around, people are still going to want to do that. And they're gonna and they want to see humans. And listen, autographs are a thing. People want people's autographs. People stand in line for meet and greets. The human element is not gonna be out of it. Thank you, Ice brother. Thank you, Ice. Yeah. And I think we have the reason doom and gloom is always pushed is because it takes a lot of the people out of the competition. I refuse. I refuse. What you doing, girls? What you doing? You laying an egg? You laying an egg under the tree? We got some hawks or something? They don't usually all hide like that unless birds of prey come around. AI can't do tactile. Look at a concert in the 90s and look at a concert today. A bunch of mindless zombies standing there with their phones out. Yes, but that was the 90s and this is today. But what's the same? What's in common? What's in common? There's people there. So just because they're not dancing, because they want to remember it, but people still sell out concerts all the time. But things got bland, and AI will get bland. It's just going to be a pop. It's going to be used absolutely for warfare. It's going to be used in video games. It's going to be used in absolutely in entertainment. Absolutely, it's going to change the landscape. But how do you succeed in the new landscape? But I agree. But I am not going to give up. I'm not going to be taken over by some freaking wackadoo. But it's good. It's a good example of how technology can change the culture. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. The world will not. No, absolutely not. It will not stay the same. But there will always be. Remember, dude, in the 70s, organs and programmable keyboards were taking over music. But you still got kids in a garage making coming out making millions of dollars. There's still, just because it's not popularized on the YouTubes or on social media to the point that other very, very, very profitable stuff is. Yeah. All right, Will, brother. Have a wonderful night, my friend. Have a wonderful night. Yeah, everything's going to be fine. People won't stand for it. Listen, entertainment, most artists don't make their money off of the downloads. They make their money off of touring and merchandise. AI is not going to take over touring and merchandise. It's not going to do it. It's not. People know they'll never meet the AI, but people have a hope. Maybe if I go to this concert, I'll get closer to the stage and I'll see this. Maybe I can call the radio station and get a meet and greet. That is human nature. That's not going to change. People are going to sell it like it's going to change. Thank you, OG. The 90s and 80s sure seemed great. I enjoyed the early and late 2000s. Yeah, I enjoyed all of it. I love being on this freaking planet, dude. I mean, water will always find its own level. That's true. Yeah, everything will be fine. The big thing is everyone in the upper echelon of entertainment knows what's going to happen. It's the same thing. When 4K cameras came, when 1080p became a thing, HD televisions, it was going to be the end of ugly people because you'd be able to see people with pimples and wrinkles and stuff. That didn't happen. Then when 4K, it's over for the fake people. It's over, and then filters became a thing, which is AI. And it's always the people up top keep telling the other people, "Oh, we were lucky to get here now." No, I think everything's gonna be fine. No, Tom, I'm not Jewish. I'm just smart. Yeah, we'll be fine. Everyone will be fine. The thing is, you've got to be in the game to compete. Yeah, and it'll be fine. And then think about it. There's going to be those newscasts that come out like, here's the guy that didn't give up. In a world of AI, here's the guy that programmed on his NPC. This is the guy that, like that will always be a thing. Because it's the little guy. It's the David and Goliath. It's human nature. What's going on, Magalore? Sorry, the nose, no problem. That nose is made from skateboard, and this is custom. custom. I broke it about 12 times skateboarding. I made this myself. No disrespect, brother. You're all good. Cronkite's turning in his grave. Yeah. Good old Walter. Where's my leg? There we go. No, yeah, we all good. And like, I just say no. Yeah, you're explaining it perfectly, but then say everything will be fine. I feel like the 90s and early 2000s had much more charm than today's culture. Yes, it always does. Something happens that is the shining star, but then people get tired of it. It gets fatigued. Fatigue happens. It gets tired, and then something else takes over, and then something else takes over, and then something else takes over. It's the natural progression of things, but there's always a linchpin, and that linchpin is humanity. We're going to win. You have other humans that are developing this technology to beat other humans, not to beat other AIs. It's still a human to human competition. What up, Scout? Long time no see. Nice, bro. The old fashioned way. Yep, that's exactly right. It's the people, that say, let me just not because this is the future. You create your own future. You have to create a product. And then you've got to sell that product, whether it's your personality, whether it's an actual product or whatnot. But that's how old fashioned is my. I was saying old fashioned is old, my friend, and old things die. I agree. No, listen. Old things die unless people keep it alive. But what are you saying is old? Music, entertainment, stage plays, movies? Yes, they've lived and died and lived and died and lived and died and lived and died. Even skateboarding used to be super huge in the 70s, then it died out again to the 90s, and it got super huge in the 90s, then I was dying out again. Yeah, it's like, because another human is going to come out and be like, look, I could do this with this piece of freaking wood. But I agree, King. Listen, there's no problem in taking in all of the variables. And there's no problem in using AI to help yourself beat some other dude. But yeah, but you can still stand out. All those things change, evolve. Yes, technically all die. Yeah. Yes, right. So we can evolve. I mean, we talk about humans die, but the human spirit never dies. But I just refuse to be to be to be negative about it because having worked in these industries, people have been talking about AI since the early 2000s and what's going to happen. We've been setting up cameras and 3D laser scanners on actors since the mid 2010s. Like this has all been known to come, and the companies, these people aren't just going to let all the money go, right? If AI comes out and all this AI music comes out, which it will, and then you have Spotify putting out all this, but still humans will still be in that mix, and humans will choose what to listen to, and that's what will ultimately determine. But also, what is popular online isn't necessarily what's popular in real life. But when something's popular online, that keeps you getting fed to you over and over again to profit off of the popularity. And but real life is different. That's why kids still all the time. I've got kids in Atlanta and whatnot sitting out. I did a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and there was kids sitting there jamming out their freaking punk rock while people walked by and people were throwing money and whatnot. So like it's all possible. It's hard not to be negative about it when you've been a creative person your entire life. Why did I spend hours learning music production, video editing, and programming when AI can do it for you now? To show people you can do it. So to show people that you can do it, you showed people the finished product. You got to show. AI is not good at showing you how it got from point A to point B, and people wouldn't even understand that. They don't understand. The LLMs models. They don't understand the neural nets. They don't understand how the packet traversal works in the networks. They don't understand any of that. But they can see a human being like all off key and then get better and then get better. Oh well, I remember this guy sucked really bad and he's getting better. And that's what we're seeing with AI too. But humans are still. We like to see a newborn baby because it's a reset and we see that person grow up. And it's the same thing. The phone is centuries old, but we kept it alive because of huge phone companies. Right? Yeah. If there wasn't huge companies behind it, I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you, Share Bear. There was something special about claiming to be a video editor. Now everyone and their moms can make special effects videos. I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree, 100%. That's why I think a face on a screen is very important. I think it's very important to say and think about it. I'm not the only people, and there's probably a few of you in the stream that don't want to just give up to the AI. So if I have a product that can be available to even people my age, just because they don't want to do it, because no, stay off my lawn, and then those are people that aren't that they don't see them typing a lot on chats and on the internet, but there's still a public available to consume your content and your media. Just because these products are being made available, think about all the people like you, ND, that are pissed off about it. Why did I do this? Well, there's going to be a whole shitload of people like you that'll be like, well, hey, let's see what you guys do. Let's do the anti-AI. It's going to be the John Henry thing. It's going to be go to the mountain. John Henry's got a hammer, and he's pounding through rock by hand. There's a steam machine going next to it, and there's a crowd of people watching. You could say, hey, watch me outdo AI. Watch me write a better beat than AI. And even if you fail, you still get the benefit of that. And you'll be like, I'll get him next time. And they'll be like, yes, that's the spirit. And that's the way humans work. When was the last time you broke your bone? Wood bone. AI can be useful and entertaining. Hey, yes, agreed. And I think it's going to be best used in a mix of AI and humans. And this is what I'm going to tell you what's happening now, and what's been happening for a little while, is that you have the movie industry is putting out AI previews of movies that haven't even been made yet, just on the internet, to see how many people like it and talk about it. Then they'll invest in it. It used to work in the way that you made the movie, then you tried to get people to like it. But now they're spending a few $100s having an AI representation of what the movie should be, and the key parts that they put in, and then they see how it does on the internet. Then they invest in it. You can do the same thing. I feel bad for people who mastered a creative skill their entire life who have a hard time making a living. But don't you think those people will be your customers? The people that are like, damn it, AI took it over, and you can be like, I'm the anti, I'm the little guy. Listen to what I can do, and then people are gonna be like, let's see what people are doing, because all we hear now today is AI. I'm telling you, it's the way you market yourself. But I agree. What's up, John? Yeah, but I mean, I agree. It's going to be a challenge, but just don't give up, because if you feel a certain way, there's going to be millions of other people that feel the same way, and maybe after our lifetime, the kids being born today will just absolutely love AI music, but you still got the rest of your life to deal with people your age and in your generation. And all you need is one hit. So, but usually with music, you sit around in your house by yourself in your studio and you make a song and then you release it to the internet. But if I was to release a song and create a song, I've already got thousands of people that watch my stuff every day. And then, I've got that. So I created a community and then a product for that community. You could create a community to say, hey, let's be the anti-AI. Let's be the Human Music League. And then get a bunch of people, and then you guys can support each other. It's not exactly my point. You can definitely make a name out of making things something personal that helps China. But a lot of consumers want to go on Fiverr and pay for a service, but they'll straight out. I agree. I'm not saying it'll be easy, and I agree absolutely. But I'm saying I agree. And a lot of people have been going to Fiverr for a lot of stuff. A lot of the non, they've been using Fiverr as AI. They've been just saying, hey, dude in India, write this program, write this app for me. Here's $100. And they're just doing the same thing with AI. But that person is still spending the $100. It's just changing who it's going to. The product is still being created. But I understand what you mean. Why even try and spend money on Fiverr when another artist AI can do it completely for free? I agree. It's just another tool. If you can make an AI beat and you do the raps, and you do the singing or any style of music, country, whatever, you could still go out and be like, hey, everybody, you want to see a non-robot perform? I'll be here on this day and that day. It's all still possible. It's all, I can't hear him. No, it's all still possible. But the reason it's so important now is because so many people are going to be giving up. So many people are going to be like, it's over, it's done. Put away their keyboard, put away their programmer, their machines, and you just don't do that. You know. Yes, but it's not AI. A Fiverr artist is an actual person making the craft, not a robot going through an algorithm to perfectly suited product. It's silly. It depends how you look at it, brother. It depends how you look at it. A human, AI isn't making products to give to us. A human is using AI just like they've used humans. This is my point. Like, people used to build houses with a handsaw. Just because the electric saw came out, it's still the human cutting the wood. I don't know. I have a much better, much brighter outlook for humanity. I don't like, I just, maybe it's because I'm 49 and I've seen these same exact news cycle things come on forever and ever. You know, it just always happens. It always happens. The people that get there don't want competition, so they flood the media with naysayers and whatnot. But still using that as an excuse to give us to give us the worst thing I can do. Hold on, but still using that as an excuse to give is the worst thing I can do. I hope it's a really important factor. Hope exactly, and I mentioned that before you came in, I believe. Yummers, yes, hope is huge. People still want to hug humans, and girls still want to marry this rock star, this rapper. Guys still want to be this rock star and this rapper. That still, people are still in weird situations in life. And just like you were saying earlier, I want to sell a kidney. People have that, like they have that. I want, like, if I just do this, if I just meet this person, if I just do this thing, my life gets easier. And that still that's human nature, and that will never stop. It's not the same. Try working with some AI art music prompt generator, the human doing the bare minimum. Right, but the consumer doesn't know that. The consumer doesn't know that. But the problem is humans don't like being deceived. So it'll be framed as deception, and that could be your marketing scheme. AI is deceiving you. Companies are deceiving you. They're making you consume music, and a computer is deciding the way that you feel. I've got a product to offer against that. That can be your spin, and I'll help. Give up, not give up, not give in. Gotcha. Interesting. It's still using as an excuse is the worst thing I can do. Hope is a really important factor here, I think. Yeah, to give up. Gotcha. Oh, gotcha. How do I break here? Oh, let me see something here. What did I break? My tripod. There we go. Yeah. What up, Julio? Yeah. But I think life is going to be just fine. I think we're all going to be just fine. And you just, when computers came out, art was over. When Photoshop gets better, art's over. But you still see people buying millions of dollars in 35 millimeter film. They're still gonna, you just gotta find your audience. But I agree, it's gonna make it much, much more difficult. I've been here since the start. I'm just playing radio. Thank you, Julio. I make music because I love it. I don't really care about the marketing aspect, but I still feel bad for other people who make a living on the profession. Sure. No, understood. Absolutely. But dude, there are still companies today still making actual drum sets, and they always have. If somebody can say, hey, AI, make me a drum beat, change this drum beat. But some people also say, give me the sticks. It's always going to be that way because somebody's friend is going to play drums and they're going to be better, and then he's going to be better, and then he's going to be better, and they're going to compete, and then they're going to start a band. Computers is an advanced tool that you control yourself. It's not a prompt. Brother, it's input-output. There's a spirit behind you. Listen, it's still human versus human. It's still human versus human. Who can prompt better? It's still human versus human. You can use this. You can have the AI might be the gun, and you might have a knife. but it's still human versus human. It's a gay spirit. Plastic, you freaking nut job. The laugh is crazy. Like AI in my personal life, ChatGPT is a fun tool to make stories with, but I wouldn't try to sell it as my own work. Yeah, sure, sure. But a lot of people will. A lot of people will, and people are going to be tired of being deceived because some people are going to promote and market that this is not AI made, and then they're going to make money, and they're going to not have given some to somebody, and that person's going to get pissed and be like, look, here's all the proof that they used AI to generate everything, and then that person's going to go away, and then it's the people are going to be like, I'm so tired of being lied to, I'm so tired of being lied to, and then you can say, here's 17 hours of me painting this painting, drawing this, programming this beat, writing this song, and people can watch you do it. Can AI do that? Yes, but some humans got to do that. And when the time comes down, they'll say, hey, I want you to perform here. And then you'll be like, oh, I can't actually do any of it. You know, and that's the thing. You can always beat it. I got two tickets to Iron Maiden, baby. Come with me Friday, don't say maybe. It loves your hair. It's fabulous. Turning on a computer and using software to make a product compared to hey, I make a cinematic video with a chicken and a shotgun is very different. But what's the same? What is the same? You got to think of it from both sides. And the thing is, think about the millions of people that aren't doing that. At least you're doing it. At least you're saying, make me a chicken with a robot or a gun or whatever you said. Most people won't do anything. Most people are consumers. You're competing with the 1% that actually create something. In the wind. What up, meat sickle? It's the same thing. One is just more efficient. I agree. Listen, I agree. Plain and simple. If the world loses power, you know what they're gonna look to? The humans to beat sticks on drums and to play acoustic guitars. And, you know, and there's still going to be a bunch of people with the mindset. The thing is, you have to realize the world is vast. There are Republicans and Democrats. So, there's going to be people that have your same mindset. Most people are going to give up, and the people that don't are going to have less people to compete with. I'm not saying it's bad for you either way. Choose your own destiny. There are a few content creators who profit off of AI. Admittedly, I subscribe to one such account. I just like the stories the AI makes, and the creator at least narrates the AI story. Yeah. Right. At least they're doing something. Definitely not the same thing. Ask an assistant to do it for you compared to using a toolbox to do it yourself. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's still a human doing it. The tools change. The AI is not the creativity. The human doing the prompting is the creative part. And then looking at it and editing it in a certain way or asking AI to do it. It's the same thing in my mind to having a company work for you and they say, hey, this is what we made today. You say, hey, director, hey, writer, you said you wanted this done. Here's what we made you. Look at your dailies. Okay, cool. We need to change this, and that. It's the same thing as saying it to a prompt. But humans are doing the work. But you don't know that because you're not going to watch them do it. So from the consumer's perspective, they don't see those tools being used. That's why I'm replying to Provac. Sorry. You still end up with the same product. Right. That's what I'm saying. You still end up with the same product. And that's the thing. Everybody can make a product. Everybody can make a song, but everyone always could. You could go into your garage and you could get your friends and the people that will actually do the prompt are the kids that are playing and writing songs. But once you have the CD, why aren't you instantly rich? Because you've got to get it to the world. And there's going to be so much blah, 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 blah. So there's going to be spots of the universe carved out for anti-AI content. And there's going to be millions of people involved in that. Maybe they're 60 years old and whatnot. But still, you got to find your market. But yeah, listen, you can't change my mind on this, and I don't want you to. I just want you not to give up. I don't want anybody to give up. I want you to take. I would prefer everyone to take it as a mountain to be climbed. You know, like human nature is really important. That was my entire point, Profac. You ask a robot to do it, and it can get the end product. Used to be creative and skill. My entire point. Why technology? Right, and yes, it's absolutely changing the future. But people still buy hand knitted scarves, even though robots can do it. People still buy handcrafted cars, even those robots can do it. There will always be a market, but because we're so suggestible as humans, we hear on the internet 24/7, AI is taking your jobs, taking the world over. It's not the truth. It's not. It's going to cause a big impact and it's going to dent the market. But like every investment, you've got to wait it out and you've got to figure out what to do best in each environment. Like, doesn't matter. I don't care who's president with when it has to do with my. I mean, I care, but depending who's president is how I'm going to manipulate my investments and whatnot, right? So it's like, how do you succeed in any environment? You can create a song in 30 seconds, but if you don't have the money or do anything to market that song, it doesn't matter how the song was made. It's still DOA, dead on arrival. I was born in the zoo. There will always be a market for handmade scarves, sure, but I'm not too sure about instrumental production or illustration and such. So even if the AI writes everything, you don't think they're going to hire those musicians to perform at vast arenas and whatnot? I think there'll still be jobs for that, and there might be even more jobs for these people now because there's going to be a lot more competition because the barrier to entry just dropped. But skill is still skill. I can film videos, but if I don't edit them properly, I can have AI try it 100 times and I pick the best. But what if I have a bad eye for editing? Then even though it did it the way I told it to do, I'm not the best. It's still human versus human. It's still human versus human. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like in anything, find your market and don't give up. It's like that's what they want you to do. Bass or catfish? Oh, catfish! Freaking catfish is good. I mean, I like bass too. What you talking about, catching or eating? Cranjus, MC basketball. Cranus. How are you? You need a very good eye for video editing and outsell AI. Yeah, I agree. But ND, if you've got a fan base, they're going to buy your product regardless how it's edited. And some of them may turn on you if it's AI because they're old. So you're going to lose some and gain some. Salt volcano. Oh, for eating, yeah, catfish. I do like bass. Good, but yeah, catfish. I'm a big fan. You talking about salt encrusted or salt volcano? I don't know what the hell salt volcano is. You talking about a vinegar and baking soda volcano? I got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden. And one of the interesting things, too, when I used to listen to the Grateful Dead, go see them live and stuff, people would record them with tape recorders before they had cell phones. So they still did the same thing with different tools. But people wanted to see that one time in '86 when his string broke during the lead. That'll never happen with AI. And you can use that as part of your marketing, too. I don't care about marketing. I'm from a time where learning the skill and studying your craft for thousands of hours was something people were proud of. I'm not saying it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, and people will still do that, dude. People will still do that. People will still study their craft. Absolutely. Because people want to be different from other people. Ultimately, they want some sort of uniqueness. Everybody can say a prompt. Not everybody can go, yeah, but marketing's everything. It's how you're received. I mean, if you're not talking about making a product, then all this is moot. But yeah, you have to. If you're not talking about making a product, if you're just talking about the effect on the human psyche and whatnot, then yeah, it's gonna suck. People will to some degree, but personally, my algorithm is filled with AI, not authentic videos artists. Yeah, I agree. But think about this too. If I had $1 million right now, I could fill everybody's feed with 110th grade. So the AI wants subscribers. AI companies want subscribers. So they're going to push it and say as much as possible. They're going to say, "Hey Google, any AI content that's pixel tagged or whatever that say it's using this, push that, even if it's just some 6-year-old or whatever, and that's the reality of why it works that way. It will change. It will change because other companies will say no. It's my turn, and so they'll start to invest in themselves. It's so profitable now to for AI companies to get subscribers. So they want it. They want everybody to see it. So everybody will be like, oh, I wanted to do that. And then just like everything, like when you buy a electric car, it may have a battery in it that can go 600 miles, but they software limit it to 300 miles because they want to be able you to be like, oh, I want the XL version, and it's the same battery. They just go doo doo doo, and now it does more, right? So they do the same thing with AI. They give you a limited version, and they try to sell you something. They're just trying to sell you something. But I understand that. Man, I'm an artist. How do I market, brother? I can. I sell my work, but only bring in a few hundred thousand so far. Steve Jobs, what up, Yuri? Well, obviously it's going to get a lot of attention. Right, right, right. It's new, and that thing is, and then that will get fatigued, and human art will become new again. It's just a cycle. Um, Only 100,000. Well, if you want to push that, what you need to do, like standard marketing techniques, if you're getting a few $100,000, then you should be able to get some famous wackadoo piece of art, your piece of art in their hands. So you can say, hey, if I give you this piece of art, can you do a 30-second YouTube short saying how much you like it or what you feel about it? And then everybody's like, oh, she uses this. They use that. My EV says 600 kilometers range. I drove it today without AC for 150 kilometers and it was drained 600 to zero. Did you drive 600 kilometers? Don't ever buy AI. The most popular AI models are open source. That's correct. That's very correct. Listen to ND. Listen. It's just marketing. You can get it all for free. They're telling you can get it if you pay them. That's the marketing side. The tools are available to everyone. Yes. Without AC and open window. Oh, sorry. I read it wrong. It said you had 600 kilometers, no AC, and you only got 150. Is it very cold where you're at, Yuri? Where are you at? You in India? Where did you say you were? I don't remember, brother. Sorry. I got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden. Without AC, India, 27 Celsius. Okay. 27, that's like 77 degrees? 75 is 25, right? Well, it does require some fancy PCs, a lot of RAM, right. And this is again, Andy, it's marketing. So everybody can get this, but they need a lot of RAM. So what are they gonna do? Jack the prices of RAM up. Absolutely. That's usually what you pay for when you generate videos to borrow. That's right. A human bought and invested in a bunch of computers and servers and data centers and a bunch of RAM, and then you pay for their use. Pay for the power for their jam and whatnot with no AC, a closed windows, 500 kilometer range, no window. No, it's a scam. It's a scam. It's absolutely a scam. 100%. 100%. Like the things that they tell you is on flat land, no stopping. Like if you put it on a treadmill and you set it to 60 miles an hour, it would do 300 miles on a treadmill, flat, no incline and anything like that. So it's possible that you'll get it, but yeah, you're not gonna get it. Yeah. I tell you what, you guys should invest in if you're the investing type, is nuclear power, especially in America. That's going to be big. We're talking 400x. Like if you can put $10,000 in, it'll turn into $4 million. Let's see. Love from Moscow. What's up? Love from America, brother. Navi? It's a Navi. I heard real American will never drive an EV. A lot of them do. We don't have options in India, but Americans get dozens of options. Yeah. Well, you should. You should be getting more options now, Yuri. So America just signed a trade agreement with India because you guys won't allow our cars in. So, and I think now you guys are going to start taking like our cars and some of our like steel and stuff. What side's open topic? I hear America. Toyota Land Cruiser here costs $300 million. Yeah, to be honest, I think fancy new technology. I like fancy new technology. I generally think AI has made us not even lazy. I think it is too. I think it has too. And I think because people know that they can do it, they won't do it. Like, like you can get a piece of software and with that software, you can code whatever or do whatever. But just because it can be done, I don't really have a reason to do it right now. But I could do it because I got everything I need. That's how most people think. It's Captain America. What up, The Rock? The Rock Shaman. No, we make cars here, but it's tagged as luxury products, and you get 100% taxes. That'll get worked out. I think from what the propaganda says over here, India and America are working or are working out a trade agreement, so you guys will get more of our cars and whatnot, and then that's up to you guys and your yeah, I think that's changing too because the whole Russian oil thing. But I think I should do. All my friends use ChatGPT to win arguments. It used to be so much fun, right? Right, and the thing is, they might not even be right. Your friends might not even be right just because somebody wrote a Reddit post about whatever you guys are arguing about, and that leans to their point. That's the data they're getting. But here, best deal is 150 USD for a GLS 450. Man, I tell you what. Yeah, you can get some cheap cars here in America, a couple $100. I mean used, but yeah, you can get pretty much anything you want under $100,000. Yeah, USD. Yeah. You can make ChatGPT agree with you. Yes. And that's a big thing. That's actually why me and Kat first started the podcast that we were going to do to teach kids how to learn what bias is, and it wants you to like it. It wants you to use it. It wants you to see ads on it. So it'll agree with you. And if you say, I think I'm a special little starling because I got a big nose, it'll be like, you are the most beautiful starling because of your nose. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You're like, oh, good for. And in India, you can't drink a car? What? Drive a car more than 10 years because of pollution and be seized by the cops and scrapped. Grok is far better than ChatGPT. So I've only spent about 5 minutes on each. But yeah, I like Grok better so far. ChatGPT, actually, I used it for the first time yesterday on stream with somebody asked to ask if God is real, and then to ask it if it thinks God is real. GPT is user friendly. Grok says blunt truth. Right, and I noticed that with Grok, you have a button after your option to say think harder, so you can have it dig in more. And I noticed a lot just watching reviews on them that Grok gives you more resources to look at afterwards. But I do all my own. I don't. That's a tool I don't use. I don't use AI I use the Google search AI. If I already know what I'm talking about on a topic, there's a lot of topics I don't know. But if I already know what I'm talking about and I ask it, and it says something wrong, or that I don't agree with, or I know is factually wrong, I just scroll down and find the correct thing there. But it's just what's popular, and what is if it tells you that left is right, and then more people buy an ad, click on an ad after people read that left is actually right, then they'll just tell more people that. And then if less, then like these are metrics on how they find out what's true. If people trust something and know it to be true or think it to be true, they're more likely to spend their money. You want to hear something cool about Facebook? Grok's far better than ChatGPT. What up, Christian? How many days you wear that shirt? I think this is like my third, but I'd wear it when I paint. Um, there's a website app called Venice AI. It used all the latest models with no restrictions. You can have some pretty interesting conversations with that. And maybe we should do that on stream too. Okay, so check this out. What's up, Alice? Hello, I'm enjoying your conversations. They're very informative. Thank you, Alice. Thank you very much. Facebook noticed that when girls posted selfies, say you're a girl and you had 100 friends on Facebook, you would take a picture of yourself, a selfie, and you would post it. They'd put it out to your 100 friends, and all 100 friends would get it, and you got 70 likes or whatever. So they said, what happens if we limit that? So if somebody takes a picture, they only get 2 likes, like, because they don't tell any of the friends, they don't actually put it out, and then the girl takes it down. Then they feed them an ad for mascara or lipstick or perfume, and girls are more likely to buy. So if they manipulate a girl, making them feel unattractive, they're more likely to purchase stuff. So it's all marketing, it's all manipulation. So you'll take a picture, it'll be up for an hour and you won't get any likes, so you'll take it down. As soon as you remove it, the next thing you see is, hey, this eyeliner, this hair color, maybe that's what I need. Click. It's they said this in Congress, like in front of Congress. This girl that worked for Facebook, when Zuckerberg was there, she was a whistleblower, and they were like, yeah, we did that. We tried it out. It made our stockholders a lot of money. Yeah, so it's important to know what you're dealing with, and there's a line cross. Like, I see how different YouTube is when I went from a consumer to a creator. Like, when I actually got monetized, everything changes. They don't feed you as much crap because they want to make money off of you by helping you make money. You actually become a partner. You're on their team. So then they'll push your stuff more. And if I post 2 of the same video, but I put an ad for my T-shirt on one of the videos, I could try to do that. Then they'll post it more, because they know that if I get a sale, they get 45% or 30% or whatever of the There we go. Let's see if that works. There we go. That worked. All right. Let's see. Now I think a T-shirt should pop up sometime. Right. So if you use the app for how it knows will make that company money, because they're giving it to you for free, then they'll get you more widespread. Yeah. Like it took me a year to get to 1,000 subs and 3,000 hours of watch time, and then within 10 days I got 250 more subscribers and another 1,000 hours of watch time in 10 days. Once I clicked on the accept partnership. Yeah, but yeah, so you have to know the rules of the game. But I still have to get there and do stuff. I have to stream. I have to make content. Yeah, so you have to. You gotta read you gotta know the rules of the game you're playing. People will lie to you to steer you off. People that don't want competition. And say 90% of streamers and creators that can profit, they buy bots. They bought their views, they bought their likes, they bought their subscribers. And this is all coming to an end. They're not stopping people from botting, but now that they're very good at detecting it, probably using AI. Advertisers won't anymore. It used to be you needed like 20,000 subs to start getting brand deals. I have less than 2,000, and I just got talked to a whole lot in the past couple of days. And they're looking at sales and how many people click on the ads. So if you bot and you get 1,000 people to watch your stream, not one person clicks on the ad, not even accidentally, and 0 people buy anything. They know that they're all bots. So the companies are now like, nope, we're not paying you for views anymore. We're paying you for sales. It's never going to. And people's egos are too fragile. They need, especially if you do it once, it's addictive. I've never done it. But I've talked to lots of people that have, and you do it once, you pay $1,000 to get 1 million views or whatever. I think it's 1,000. $1,000 get a million views, and then your next video comes out and gets 12 views. What are you gonna do? You fell off. You fell, and you're like, okay, pull out the credit card. That's an open topic, brother. Open topic, dude. What up, Tupac? I'm not a liberal. Where would you get that from, Tupac? Liberal. Liberal. I've got some liberal views, more conservative views, but I ain't voting for either one of you crazy ass people. What state are you from, brother? No, Illinois, Northern Illinois, from New Hampshire. I'm from Maryland, and I'm in Georgia now. Liberal. Like, hey, you gave me a lot of great information. Liberal. Stick around. You might learn something. Obviously, if I bought 1 million viewers now, it would be obvious to detect. But if another person who's already have a few million views bought 1 million views, it's hard to detect. Right. Absolutely. And here's the thing that's happening is you can buy you. You can buy 10 views. You can buy 100 views. So most people dabble in. They dabble in because a lot of people think, yeah, I'm like 30 minutes from Atlanta. I'm if you know where Noonan is, I'm 2 minutes from Peachtree City and 2 minutes from Noonan. Yeah, it looks rural, but it's not rural. Yeah, I got. Yeah. But people don't usually start just buying 1 million views. But the thing is, a lot of people, like, that your phone scans where your eyes go, right? So a lot of people, they see the data that when people see a new ad or a new video, they glance down to see how many other people have already watched it, and that's a big determining factor on who watches the video. So if it says 3 people watched it, most people won't click on it. But if it says 3,000 people watched it, you're more likely to click on it. It's freaking beautiful, dude. It's beautiful. It's actually real life here. Like so like online, you see this whole like liberal conservative hate thing. I've got conservative, liberal, conservative, and we'll all eat together. And you know how real life conversations go? I can't believe you voted for that idiot Biden. What were you thinking? Hand me a beer. Would you? Sure. You voted for Trump, dude. Frick orange. And then, hey, what do you got? Can you take my daughter to basketball practice? That's how real conversations go in real life, not on the internet. People aren't going to throw their lives away. If you own a $500,000 house, $300,000 house, $200,000 house, you're not going to up and move because your next door neighbor voted for Trump or Biden. It just doesn't matter that much. But people get so uppity on the internet. Yeah. Real life's different than the internet. Just because the things that get the most clicks and views are people arguing, hate watching, hates. Then this freaking guy comes in and is liberal. He had no reason to say that at all. But yeah. Life. You have to understand how to succeed in any facet. People on the internet are teenagers and burnouts. I think it's a problem. Yeah, no, I think it's a big problem too, my brother. I think it's a huge problem. And like and I can understand when people talk on the internet, like that guy that just came in. We got no idea who this guy is. We don't know where in the world he is. And I get a lot of people that say, you voted for Trump, didn't you? And I say, where are you from? Canada. Okay, you're not American. India. Okay, you're not American. Why does that matter to you? And it doesn't. It's just like people get more reactions out of it. People can't get a reaction like that out of me. In Denmark, it's so much different. Most people agree that our politicians are full of shit. Most people here do too, but they don't use the internet like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the weird thing, because millions of people use the internet, but America's got 350 million people living in it. So most people aren't on the internet chatting about who they want to vote for. It looks like they are because the views are inflated. If you have a view, like look at what's face? Look at bam. Look at Joe Rogan, when he had Trump one, he got 50 million views. Why didn't he 300 million views? Because most people aren't on the internet. But people on the internet think they are. Nobody needs to know. Nobody even vote because we feel like promise to be no promises to be held. Yeah, no, and nobody to be held to account. Do you think people were nicer before the internet? 1990. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, absolutely. Because you could get your teeth fed to you back then. People couldn't talk to you from a keyboard. People had to talk to you in person, and that's one of the big things and kids are taught how algorithmic thoughts work. Algorithmic teaching, algorithmic that that like the a lot of the reason the way they think is because they see stuff on the internet and kids want to be accepted. Most people just want other people to know they exist. So kids don't give a shit. They don't even know what's going on with politics and whatnot. And you have these kids protesting ICE and kids protesting anti-ICE and for ICE, but they don't even know what's going on. They got no idea. They can't. Yeah, but it's because their parents said something or everything on the internet is ICE is killing people. Yeah, it's crazy, and they don't understand that should be we should be much more concerned with teaching our children consume content because they don't understand. Well, I googled this and said this, right? But if you would have googled it like this, it would have said something different. He's saying that they don't hold their promises. They don't keep their promises in Denmark. People are very comfortable with talking yeah without getting Tyson. Exactly. I'm 29 and I couldn't imagine being a teen right now. I thought it was bad 10 years ago. Right, dude. Right. Yeah, I'd have no idea. I'd have no idea how I would like I am blessed that okay I spent the last 15 years in the movie industry. So it was before the movie industry was hardcore liberal, and I knew people. They're not liberal like that. Only on the internet if they get paid. Most people are doing their job, going home, taking care of their kids, their house, their property, and whatnot. They don't go on the internet unless they're paid to. So it's like it's why you like yeah there's tens of thousands of movie stars, but what 15 of them said screw Trump, 9 of them said yes I support Trump. What about the tens of thousands of other ones, right? So you get so few people that change the minds of so many. Yeah. Yeah, people have to learn what suggestion is. They've got to understand that but if you keep anxious people are easy to control and it's easy to keep people in anxiety. It's super easy. Hollywood would have been crazy in the 80s. Have you ever seen the film Society? Film Society or They Live? Yes. Society does not ring in a bell, but They Live's a great freaking movie. Roddy Piper. All right, let's go in the studio. I got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. All right, let me get my lights on and everything. I got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby. Come with me Friday, don't see maybe. Okay, sorry about that one. Let me get this. AI, turn my lights on. Just kidding. I just I'm 30 and I missed the time when only rich families had computers. It was enough to make it interesting, but not enough to have impact on my life. Yep. That's definitely That's definitely a take on it. Yeah, absolutely. When I was a kid, my dad would bring a dumb terminal, which was like a keyboard and a monitor all connected in one
but it didn't do anything unless it was connected to a network. It was a dumb terminal. He would bring it home, and I would like put letters on the screen and shapes to draw stuff. Like use the backslash and the slash to like try to make curves, and then a few years later, he would bring home a computer like on Friday because it didn't have any data on it. He wouldn't bring the hard drives and stuff home. We could plug a tape deck into it and that was up. Or I would go to the library and get a computing magazine that had a game, and you would sit there for 10 hours typing in BASIC the game and then play the game, and that was a time pass. I remember using a computer with Windows 95 as a kid, and I tried operating the internet browser, but it never worked. Did you ever play Doom? Oh, yes, yeah, dude. Doom, Duke Nukem, all ID, id, and Apogee software stuff back then. Yeah, dude. Terminals are the future, it seems. The big boys keep hoarding all the hardware. I agree. What's up, Giovanni? I agree. What if the whole roof just flew off your roof right now? How would you react? I gotta grab a hammer. Doom was awesome. It's still awesome. Dude, it made such an impact on people our age when we were young. They're still running it. Everything that comes out. Look, Doom on a refrigerator. Doom on a freaking Nokia phone. People are still people. They still want to do shit. They still want to remember their past. This is why music ain't going to AI. People are going to go see Journey in freaking concerts still. It's like, absolutely. I took COBOL in high school. We had Did you say Pascal? Oh no, I learned COBOL. Just kidding. I learned COBOL, Fortran, and Pascal, and BASIC. Those were the 4 languages that I learned. Well, I knew BASIC from what I was telling you, from reading it out of the books, and I had the manual, the MS-DOS. It was GW Basic, and then QBasic came out, Quick Basic, and you could go back and edit without having to just type in the list. Like it's aliens are going to try to take over. I think probably. I don't know about that. Whenever I try to go back to old games, I get disappointed. Yeah, I'm talking about the people that have the wherewithal, they have the knowledge to take an old device and make Doom work on it. You know what I'm saying? Not the average gamer, but Pascal worthwhile. Pascal's still very, very used. Hold on one second. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, computer. AI, turn my computer on. Okay. Which percentage are the top 10 computer languages used? It's called the TIOBE index. Python, C, C++, C#, JavaScript are the top 5. Fortran is still number 12. Visual Basic is 7. Rust, Delphi. Pascal is number 10. Pascal is still in the top 10 computer languages. Yeah. So think about all of the car plants and stuff that are set up when that, and the robots and stuff that use Pascal. Yeah. Rust is 14th. Fortran is still 12th. Where's COBOL? COBOL's got to be in here somewhere. It's not on the top 20. Assembly language is 19th. I still program in assembly when I have to for microcontrollers. I haven't had to do it in a couple of years now, but yeah, Python's number 1 though, 21%, and then C is 11%, Java is 8%, and Java, DMA, yes. Bad news, aliens are already in control. Dun. Lemmings was Grace. Doom runs on a pregnancy test these days. Yeah, Pascal's worthwhile, brother. Listen, Python's the best. Yes, I agree. Python, I love it. I love Python. I use Python. If I get really, really small, like 8-pin microcontrollers that I program in with assembly. But if I've got something like an Arduino type, more ESP32, I use Python. Python. If I'm just playing around, I'll use the Arduino C language. But Python is great. COBOL only running on ancient mainframes. Elon Musk gets the audit. That's correct. Did you work in LA? I worked in Atlanta. I worked on lots of really kick-ass stuff. Lots. The main ones that people know is Stranger Things. I was a prop maker, so I built props and sets. Stranger Things, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3, Suicide Squad 2, Jumanji 2, Jungle Cruise, Avengers Endgame, and then handfuls of, over 100 films, sets and whatnot. But yeah, I don't use any programming language. Just ask AI. Yeah, but then you have people that are actually in the industry, like Kahora, and she has people that work under her, and she's got to de-AI their work, because when you're programming for a computer, it doesn't really matter because there's so much available resources. But when you're coding for a product, you can't use AI like that. You can to get a problem solved and then pull out like parts, but it makes it's just like those old school drag and drop websites you used to be able to build. It just fluffed it up so there was enough knowledge to know however the website could be made or where things needed to be. But the raw data, when kilobytes mattered, you only need the data to do each individual thing, and AI can't really do that yet. I have an IMDb, yes. They're programming in English. Yes, I'm programming in English. Yes, I don't have a laptop, of course. I want to get one from my house. Yeah, you should get one. Remember 2000? I don't think I've ever upgraded to 2000. Was 2000 before XP? Hold on. No. ME. Hold on. XP was after 2000. Windows release list. Okay, so I had MS-DOS. I remember I had MS-DOS 3, 4, 5, and then I don't think I ever used 6. We went to Windows 3.0. MS-DOS, Windows, Windows 98, Windows ME, and then NT that it came out. That was the professional line. 3.1 Windows, NT, Windows, Windows XP. So 2000, when did XP come out? XP came out in 2001. Yeah, so I don't think I ever used 2000 ME, Millennial Edition, or whatever. I went from 98 to XP. But I've installed it on billions of people's machines. What up, Yvonne? Yes, XP was great. Yeah, dude. A lot of people still use XP. A lot of people. I still get calls at least once a month from people that I've worked with 15 years ago, because they have CNC machines. They're foam. One in particular is a foam company, and they use hot wires and robots, but everything's controlled with XP. There was so many companies that because XP was so small, you could put it on little devices. So a lot of the credit card reader machines ran a headless XP. I really enjoyed Windows 7 as well. Yeah, me too. I would have stayed on that forever. Are you serious? Still using that stuff? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but if it's not on a network, it don't matter. And that's the thing. That's why I get those calls, because I can't remote into their machines and fix them, and somebody else can't either. And they can trust me because they probably wouldn't be able to get, if they had customer data and stuff like that, but they're not even networked. They're not networked. There's no Wi-Fi on those machines. You would have to plug in, you'd have to put in a card for Wi-Fi. The trams here in Edinburgh run XP. Yeah, they're not gonna risk it. The thing is, when they build trams and lots of products, you want to spend the least amount of money possible for storage and RAM. So you're not gonna upgrade from XP to 10 or 11. Which, let's see, what size was Windows XP? I fit on a CD, so it was under a gig, definitely. Windows is what now? 8 gigs? Windows XP ISO file size. 599. So yes, it was designed to fit on a CD-ROM. So between 580 and 600 megabytes. Under 700, definitely. So that's it. So if you have a 1 gigabyte drive, you don't have the room to update it. So then you got to pull out the computer or whatever, and it's probably some sort of they're not upgrading all that hardware. It would take them all down. Windows Vista, yeah, I didn't like Vista. Bill Gates invented Microsoft. What year was that? 72, something like that. When was MS DOS invented? 1980. Sorry, 1980. Tim Patterson of Seattle Computer Company. 86 DOS for 8086 processors. That was my first machine. It was a Commodore PC 10-2. It was a Commodore, but it was an IBM clone. It used the 8086 processor. Yeah, that was my jam. What up, Grandma? Windows 96. Windows 96? 595. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Grandma's using Windows 95. Yep, the 4 GB max RAM. Yep. Windows 95 was classic. Absolutely. What was your favorite indie project you worked with? Brother, listen, so I've worked on lots. But most of them never get released. I worked on Brooklyn Brothers Beat the Best. I was actually in that. I was a bouncer. Well, I wasn't a bouncer. I was a roadie. Sorry, because I've worked on a lot. And the thing is, when we're filming them, we're not filming them under the name of it's going to be released at. Like it could be called like Exodus R15, but it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. So you're building stuff, you don't even know what it's for a lot of times. And most independent films, they get renamed by whatever the distribution company will say, this name sucks, we should do this because people will think about this and it connects this in their minds and they'll get more, yeah. So I worked on a lot of independent, a lot of indie horror. Yeah. I got an Xbox. I feel like Microsoft went cheap on the new ones. Sure they did. Sure they did. And there ain't gonna be no freaking yeah. Yeah. And this is the thing that's amazing. Doesn't matter. I've got very inexpensive hardware. I've got a $20 laptop over here and it's running it's running a Minecraft server. Let me put this up on there. It's running Linux on it and then a Minecraft server on that. Yeah, hold on one second. I'm not too addicted. Hop in. Oh damn it. I got to take you Feel the new system, new game systems are way overpriced, meant to fail. I mean they're not meant to last long. They want you to they want you to purchase as many as you can. They want it to break one day after warranty. There you go. If you guys are interested in getting on the Discord or anything. Back then we needed beefy chunky PCs. Today we can run these OSs on our smartphones. That's true. Nvidia and Intel and the first Xbox, now AMD throw. Yeah, that's me too, brother. Yeah. I ain't playing around. Oops. They want us all to buy computers and games on that only, right? I think Xbox, PlayStation are not making any new systems after the last one. And if RAM don't come down, they're not, because nobody would buy them. Listen, how much would an Xbox cost now with 32 gigs of RAM at today's prices? And they'll probably that would be crazy. What's up, Olio? AMD Ryzen is much more power than for your money. Intel is definitely slacking. They want your console to last these days. The longer your console lasts, the more controllers you buy. That's exactly right. All right, that's this will go. Yes, absolutely. Yes, the more, and this is the thing people have to think about. Support. You don't have to invest in Tesla. You can invest in companies that support Tesla. What does Tesla need to make batteries? What precious metals? Like all these companies that are coming out, what support stuff do they need? And you can invest in the raw materials that and this is what you should think about. Because yes, you might want to invest in Xbox, but they might go out of business. But while they're in business, the support structure is going to make a lot of money, and then their competitors will make a lot of money. So you don't need to be. It's very, 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 it's a very good way to think about things. Like a lot of people like
shiny and new. Like we'll talk to about AI. Like you can invest in an AI company, or you can invest in memory companies, because the AI needs memory. And if the AI company fails, they already bought the memory. So the stock for the memory ain't going to drop because they already sold their product. You know, a lot of people don't think this way, and I think a lot of people should. If you need RAM, graphics card, buy it now. It's predicted to go up 34% this year. It will. Until the new United States silicon fabs go online, and which is supposed to be in the next 13 to 18 months. Eurythmics, Here Comes the Rain Again, or Genesis, Home by the Sea. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion. Is it raining with you? Talk to me like lovers do. Did you ever get into acting roles with dialogue? No. I turned down a lot. I mean, they were all very, very small. Never, nothing like, hey, would it be the freaking handsome man with the big old nose and blah, blah, blah. No, but yeah, because I've been on set many, many times. Say if you build a set, okay? Say you build a set, and I talk about this all the time. If you build a set that's got a corner, right, like a wall, and you want the kid to go stand in the corner, you cussed, so the kid's standing in the corner, right? But you want the camera to be here. Well, you can't do that. So you have to be able to remove this wall so that the camera can be right here, and you can be like, man, my parents hate me, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So so you have to be on set. The people who built that prop needs to be able to manipulate the prop. So then they'd be like, oh, this guy couldn't get here from Canada. We need somebody to do this. Hey, you. And I'd be like, nope, because he had to sign contracts and all this and royalties. So yeah, I'm not interested in these freaking wackadoos. Can't stand AI. There you go. Sign a list. I'm gonna start putting out a bunch of art, music, video games. I'm working on a bunch of stuff. Anti-AI. We're going to stream and record all of the steps creating everything. All of our devlogs, everything. So you want to, if you're interested in buying a kick-ass game or some music and you want to see it actually be created or be part of it, frickin' subscribe to the channel and watch along. We got a bunch of really talented people that are we're gonna John Henry the AI. Garbage. What was your favorite project you designed sets on? Guardians 2 and 3. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3 was my favorite. Absolutely. That big I did their spaceship, the inside of their spaceship. Bam Jag cleared. Maintenance mechanic 1 or sales associate level flooring. Maintenance mechanic, dude. Yes, listen, I was a maintenance mechanic for the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. I was the carpentry foreman. My brother was the HVAC foreman. The skills you'll learn and being part of a big company like that, you'll be able to go anywhere. And if you can get a little bit of electronics under your belt, all these data centers are going to need maintenance mechanics, and they're going to need people with electronics. Dude, I would get into the maintenance mechanics. Absolutely, because you can be a maintenance mechanic for a freaking corn factory, and then you can go over to the highest tech of the highest tech with internal trading. You can have dropped out of high school. None of that matters. Yes, learn how to use your hands. AI don't got hands. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to get wrap it up right here. Get me some coffee and some dinner. What time is it? 4:41. So and then I'll be back on about 5:30, about 45 minutes. But I appreciate y'all being here. Hugs and kisses. Hit subscribe on the way out. And let me know if you guys subscribe. I'll put you up on the wall of subscribers. I love y'all. Hugs.